Welcome back to Bioprocess Online Live. I am Matt Pillar, and I too would like to thank Thermo Fisher Scientific for supporting today's event. We have a very interesting conversation lined up for this morning, one that's going to weave its way through the challenges and opportunities that you face as ADC developers, from target ID and validation to IND and beyond. And to guide us through the conversation, I've assembled an expert panel that brings some very diverse perspectives to the conversation. I'm honored to welcome Dr. Monika Lamba Saini, an MD, PhD, who serves as ADC Therapeutics Global Translational Pathology Leader. She brings deep expertise in the application of computational tools like AI in target identification and validation, and indeed throughout the development lifecycle, including clinical workflow and multimodal diagnostics. Dr. Philipp Spycher and his company Araris Biotech are perhaps the latest shining example of the relevance and importance of ADCs in the business of biotech. Just last week, Araris was acquired by Taiho Pharmaceuticals for $400 million at closing, with a potential for an additional milestone payments of up to $740 million. Dr. Spycher is CEO and co-founder at Araris, and we're thankful that he's both written for Bioprocess Online and subjected himself to my rambling interviews many times over the years. So now we're going to start asking questions. I'm going to start asking questions, but I can't stress enough to you joining us that your questions are far more important than mine. We are here for you. So please use that Q&A box early and often. Let's get into it. So Philipp and Monika, I interview biotech pros working in quite literally every biologic modality. And of course, every one of them takes pre-IND work very seriously. But in the ADC space, the speed to IND effort inarguably takes on a next level tempo of its own. So I'm interested in your thoughts on why that is. Why is this so particularly important in the context of ADC development? And Philipp, I'm going to start with you because you're large on my screen.
Well, first, thanks for being here, Matt. It's a big pleasure to taking part in this panel and discuss about ADCs and their developments. So no, I mean ADCs. I think it lies in their nature that they are so complicated to produce, because you have to deal with biology, which is due to the fact that we use a biologic, the antibody, and then you have also to deal with chemistry because it's linker payload, and then these components are coming together. And then also you have, the question is also how do you attach then the linker payload on the antibody? There are different ways how you do it. If you use an enzyme, you add another thing that you need to think of when you produce an ADC for IND and later clinical development. Exactly. So I think it's owed due to the fact that ADCs are relatively complex molecules compared to, let's say, simple antibodies. So, and other, in particular, small molecules, for example, which are relatively, let's say, simple molecules compared to antibodies, where you also have different glycosylation patterns and so on, and which adds another layer of complexity. So overall, I think ADCs are simply probably relatively complex molecules to handle with, and that's why it takes time to bring those molecules into clinical development.
Yeah. I want to point out real quick, too, that Dr. Spycher has kindly agreed to join us from the slopes, the ski slopes of Switzerland, where he and his team are no doubt celebrating their recent acquisition. So, Dr. Spycher, thank you for taking a break from the mountain to join our conversation.
Sure. Big pleasure being here. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Monika, is there anything that you would add in terms of just sort of the greater context of why speed to IND is so critically important in the ADC space in particular?
Good evening and good afternoon. Thank you so much, Matt, for having me here. It is wonderful to be on Bioprocess Online, and it's wonderful interacting with you and also with my fellow panelists. Yes, I think the complexity of the ADC molecule, as already outlined by Philipp, makes it more difficult to go through the IND process. The analytical challenges which are unique to ADC developments are numerous, and the complexity and stability of the monoclonal antibody, the difficult synthesis, the linker, the linking chemistry, different conjugations. I think those are really, really difficult to handle. Also, one of the primary reasons I believe which IND submissions for new ADCs could be delayed is because the analysis is not in accordance with chemistry, manufacturing, and controls guidelines. So I think it's important for a complete structural characterization, physicochemical testing, and also biophysical analysis of the antibody-drug conjugate. It's also important to specify the drug-to-antibody ratio and also to point out the different sites of conjugation. I think moving to a platform approach, which I think Philipp can speak better about, is also very important for a good and robust IND submission.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it looks like Léo Marx has joined the chat, so I'm gonna pause for a minute and get caught up with Léo, who came flying in late. We weren't sure if you were going to make it, Dr. Marx. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Thanks. Sorry, technical issues and mismatch the time zone between Europe and US as you recently changed time zone. So sorry everyone for being late here.
No worries, no worries. I'm thrilled that you were able to make it, and I just want to do a quick intro of you for the sake of our audience. Dr. Léo Marx, who is, like I said, has now entered the chat. He also is no stranger to Bioprocess Online. Dr. Marx runs Point on medicinal chemistry project and bioconjugation management at, excuse me, at ADC developer Debiopharm. And he joined me for an interview earlier this year to discuss advances in ADC linker technology. And we're going to lean into his expertise as we discuss stability and heterogeneity and other issues today. So Dr. Marx, thanks for coming in. And we were just getting started. I was asking for Monika and Philipp's perspectives on sort of the need for speed to IND exclusive to ADCs. As I was explaining to them, I cover all sorts of biologic modalities, and nowhere do I see as much focus on accelerating the time to IND than in ADCs. So I'm interested in your perspective on why that is.
I think that there's two things. Once you approach IND, obviously your patents clock starts ticking because normally you have started secure IP, but the thing is, at that stage, everything is settled and you need to produce your first GMP lots. And this is often on the critical path. What you observe internally, on all our ADC projects, the production of that GMP lot is on the critical path. So as soon as we know what is the antibody going to be in the clinical candidate, we try to initiate that development, to make sure we can secure GMP manufacturing of the antibody as fast as possible and straight after conjugate the linker. So we do that as fast as possible because this is the critical path, and it takes a bit of time, because you have to play with sometimes several CDMOs for your linker, for your antibodies, and for your conjugation, or you can do that also at a one-stop shop CDMO if you have a reliable partner.
Yeah, therein lying the challenge, finding a reliable one-stop shop to do that kind of work. I want to back up real quick, and I want to start at the very beginning because they say that's a very good place to start. And so I want to start with target identification and validation. And Monika, I'm interested in your perspective on perhaps what are some of the challenges around target ID and validation in ADCs specifically, and what tech advances like computational and AI are potentially contributing to that cause right now.